I'll do my notes according to the topic, and for each topic, I'll break into the subtopics. I'll focus on theory and practical. In accounting, there's no second chance. For the money that you get minus the cost jualan, which is the cost of the book. What is inventory akhir first? Inventory akhir adalah produk yang tidak terjual. Sawadika and hi everyone, I'm Lily. I scored 10 A's in SPM and currently a sponsored student. Today I'm gonna share all the tips that helped me to get an A+ for SPM Accounting. At the end of this video, I hope I can motivate you to study accounting and make it an interesting subject for you. There is this timestamp, just skip to the part that you are interested in. Without further ado, let's get started. The first tip is consistency. Make sure you always use the same steps as in your notes to solve all the questions. For example, every time I get accounting question, first thing I'll do is to look through the question, what account I should prepare, what the question wants, and the second thing is I'll draw lines for every 3 columns because I tend to miss out these figures while transferring it. I keep practicing this for all the questions because I don't want to have mistakes. I also write down the step-by-step solution in my notes and consistently use the steps in every similar questions. But I will explain that later. Now talking about step-by-step solution, we all know that to solve an accounting question, the working is sometimes can be very long. So my advice here is don't skip the steps because sometimes you can get the mark from the working even your answer is wrong. The second tip, use the right book and resources. You only need 4 things to get you prepared for SPM Accounting. Textbook, Pelangi Analysis book, past papers, and state trial papers. Textbook is good for you to understand the whole concept of accounting because it focuses a lot on theory. There is also example of questions together with the solutions. Pelangi Analysis book is really good for you to practice and master every single topic very well. So you can apply what you have learned, what you have read in textbook to the questions in this Pelangi book. I find this book really helpful and I love it a lot. Let me show you why. There are formula and accounting format for all chapters which you can have a look before exam and you don't have to find one by one in textbook. Other than that, there are example of work solutions and a lot of questions for you to practice. I won't be afraid when I got the wrong answers because these books provide me with the full workings and solutions. Just scan the QR code and you get them all. This is not an ad, I just want you to get the best out of everything and tell you what is the most helpful for me. Going to the next one, did I do a lot of questions? I only use one book which is Pelangi Analysis book for topical questions and I would do the questions again and again. My teacher will ask us to finish all the questions in that chapter once he has finished teaching. When I did these questions, I will highlight the questions which are challenging or difficult for me. During my preparation for the exams like trial or actual SPM, I'll use this book again to check on my understanding on every chapter. I'll begin with the easy questions first, followed by more challenging ones which are highlighted. Now I'm gonna tell you my revision process. Before trial, my teacher would still be teaching and trying to finish the syllabus. So what I did was, I read the textbook, I did my own notes, I did topical questions in Pelangi book. I did this for all the chapters. Normally, if I have done all the questions in Pelangi book, I could already master the chapter very well. I like to use green and red highlight as an indicator to my confidence level. Green as very confident and red not confident. Red highlight also means that I need more practices and I need to go back to my textbook to understand the whole concept better. If I still can't get it, I'll reach out to my teacher, peers, and also watch YouTube videos. After trial, we have finished all the syllabus, so I'll work on the past papers and state trial papers. For past papers, you can buy the book or get them online, while for state papers, you can use the link in the description box below. Next one, how I made my notes. First, I'll do my notes according to the topic, and for each topic, I'll break into the subtopics. I'll focus on theory and practical. Let's look at the theory first. I'll make sure I include all the answers for the standard pembelajaran. For practical, I am actually referring to the ability to do accounts and solve all the questions with regards to the subtopic. I'll write down the important formula and format in the subtopic. Make sure your notes are organized where you know where to find the specific information that you are looking for and you can clearly see the subtopics for each topic. To do this, I'll always start a new page for a new subtopic. Another important thing is to do step-by-step working to prepare an account. You can refer to the textbook and do your own step-by-step working. As an accounting student, your biggest fear is unable to balance your account. My teacher Sertan always tells us, in accounting, there's no second chance. Once you have done one question and you couldn't balance it, leave it and only come back when you have finished everything else. This might sound a bit useless, but it turns out to be one of the best accounting tips. When you keep looking for your mistakes, you will have less time for your next question. Second, you will lose confidence in what you have learned, and this will certainly affect your mood and confidence to do the next questions. When you stumble upon this kind of situation, first tell yourself that you won't be losing all the marks. Your understanding on the concept is correct, the formula and format that you use are correct. You still get carry forward mark when you use the figures from the previous related questions. In my next video, I'll share some websites and apps for SPM students. So subscribe this channel and turn on the notification bell if you want to watch it. The next one, I want to recommend a YouTube channel which is really good for all of you. You can watch Accounting with Cindy and try to do questions together with her. This will give you a clear idea on how you approach different styles of questions. This is especially useful for those who don't know how to start doing the questions and always go blank. I did this during MCO and I felt like accounting can be interesting if you know how to solve it easily and use the correct way. Now, one of the most important things that you need to remember in accounting: do not memorize. If you memorize, you can only answer that one question. But if you understand, you can answer all the questions that require the same concept. When you did a mistake, don't only memorize where should you place it, debit or credit, which figure you have to transfer. Instead, also ask yourself, why is it so? Why do you have to put it at the debit? And why do we have to deduct the figures, for example? This will let you remember your mistake for a long time. Another thing is the format. Don't always memorize all the details in the format. Instead, understand the format first. Let's take the example of account untung rugi. In order to get untung kasa, you need to take jualan minus cost jualan. Just like my friend used to tell me, imagine you are in the real situation. You are selling books, and in order to get the gross profit, you need to take jualan, which is all the money that you get, minus the cost jualan, which is the cost of the book and the cost incurred to buy the book. That is why in cost jualan, you have inventory awal, belian, angkutan masuk, because these all contributed to the cost jualan, cost untuk mendapatkan produk itu. Now, why do we deduct inventory akhir under cost jualan? What is inventory akhir first? Inventory akhir adalah produk yang tidak terjual, produk yang lebih. That means we tak jual the product. When we tak jual the product, we cannot take into consideration the cost jualan of the product. That is how I try to understand accounting format before applying it to questions. You can do accounting questions with your friends because accounting can have a lot of ways and workings to solve the questions. Having a friend or tutor to help you out when you're stuck at any questions is also very crucial. Last but not least, try to get enough of sleep the night before the exam so that you can pay attention to every detail in the questions. It's a long video because I'm just afraid I'll miss out anything, but if you have made this far, you did a great job. If you find this video helpful and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give me a like. That really means a lot to me. Alright, that's all from me. See you in the next video. Bye bye.